So in options, we trade stocks. That is one thing. In options, we trade stocks.
Yeah.
So all the stocks that are on the New York Stock Exchange, on the New York Stock Exchange, you have about over 7,000 stocks. And about more than half of those, they are options tradable. Meaning you can buy Netflix, Meta, Apple, talk of all the stocks that you know.
Yeah.
You can buy them as stocks or you can buy them as options.
Question for you.
Yeah.
I know you said you feed different things in the scanner. It's not looking for just one or two things. It's looking for different things.
Yes.
But I heard you talk about volume. I heard you talk about Bollinger Bands and all that. These indicators, are they not lagging, following price action of the market? By the time the scanner pick it, how does the scanner pick it up on time without it lagging or the indicator lagging?
It's not lagging. Some indicators, let's say something like VWAP. If a trade is, let's say it moved up pre-market, it's already trading over VWAP. So if I'm asking the scanner, I need a trade that's trading above 1% above VWAP. That trade already qualifies that. Most of the technical indicators will qualify. The only thing that will is volume, because volume is real time. Volume is real time. And yeah, so it's not if it's lagging maybe a minute or so. But yeah, it will bring the trades. It will bring the trades. You also need to control your emotions. You don't start.
Don't have a finger on the don't have a finger on the phone ready to call 911 if you lose money.
So if you start losing $100 and you start, like jumping up and down and all that, and then you start revenge trading and all that, that's how you keep on losing money. Number two, don't come trading with the money that you're supposed to pay rent. That's your rent money. Don't try to put it on the market.
Say that again.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Number three, in trading, we don't have faith. I'm also a believer and all that, but there's no faith doesn't work here.
I can't pray up my trade so that
you don't pray. We don't do that here. We don't.
$50,000.
No. You say that what are you seeing? What are you seeing?
Let's talk about that. I want us to take a few minutes and talk about that. I happen to know something about trading because I do trade. I don't trade options. So that's why even me, I'm new to this, but I have an idea because trading is trading.
Yes.
If you want to be a trader, you have to first know that there's investment. Well, I don't know to call it investment, but it's pretty much you have to put yourself to school. And by school, I mean learning from somebody like you or other people that teach people how to trade, or having somebody like you who know what they are doing so you can tell them what's happening in the market. But I want you to talk about, I've seen when people start trading with an attitude of, I'm gonna be rich overnight.
Yes.
And that to some degree, I don't blame them, because there's also a lot of hype and a lot of stuff out there on YouTube, on Instagram, people showing how much millions of dollars or thousands of dollars they are making trading. And they give people an impression that if I start trading today, I can be rich by next week, by next month. And they also give people an impression like you don't lose in trading. And you and I know that it's not true. You do lose money in trading.
True. It's not.
It does not matter whether you are the best trader in Wall Street. You will still have days when you lose a trade, no matter how good you are at analyzing your chart. So what matters is your percentage. What are you losing versus what you're making, what you're keeping. So talk about that so that whoever decide that they're gonna get serious to make money trading, they also understand you have to be prepared mentally that you can't just come and be rich overnight. You need to invest time and money, understanding how this whole thing works.
Yeah, so this is not a get rich quick scheme or something like that. Number one. Number two, trading takes time. Trading takes a lot of time. And for the people like in my group right now, it's not really hard for them because I'm doing all this. I'll talk about a scanner that I have that is giving them trades and all that. So at
Okay.
least for them, that has really shortened their time.
Okay.
For people like me, we had to start from scratch, and we didn't even have who to ask.
Mhm.
Like we really did a lot. We really lost money in the market, and we've lost a lot of time studying. And so many times I wanted to give up, but I thank God that I never gave up. Trading is like any other career. If you are a nurse, if you're a doctor, how long did it take you? How long?
Yeah.
For you to give somebody an injection, how long did that take you? But you want to come, and when you lose one trade, you start saying it doesn't work. This thing doesn't work.
Yeah.
What time did you wake up in the morning? Did you check the news? Did you know
Yeah.
what's going on?
Now, I'm thinking, you mentioning all these stocks, Facebook, which is Meta, X, Netflix, whatever companies out there. I have a full-time job. How in the world do I know who is going up, who is going down, what is happening in the market? Like, do I need Bloomberg in my pocket all the time?
So Liz, that's where I come in. That's where I come in.
Okay.
So having done this for 11 years, and I think if you can look behind me, I have about 11 computers behind me.
Yes, I see all those monitors. My
11
goodness.
monitors. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because that's now my full-time job. My full-time job is to give trades and to give alerts.
You have your little Wall Street in your own house.
Yes, yes, it's only that. I don't know if you guys can see
Yes,
all that.
yes,
And
yes, we can
others
see.
are, others are,
Yeah,
back
absolutely.
there.
That shows how
Yes,
serious you are. You've invested
I'm
money in
very
all those
serious in this, and
monitors.
I'm very passionate. I'm very
Okay,
passionate in this, what I do.
okay. Hey, Phyllis, how are you?
I'm fine. Hi, Liz.
Hi, I'm so excited. I am ready to trade tonight. But before we jump into it, because I can see you already, you've got all your monitors behind you.
Yes.
Go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell our viewers who you are, a little bit about your background, where do you come from, because you are the pro when it comes to trading. So let's get to know about you in a nutshell.
Yeah, so thank you, Liz, and I'm excited to be here. So my name's Phyllis Njuguna, just as you said, and I came here 2010, so about almost 14 years, I think 14 years now. Looks just like the other
Yes,
day.
yes.
Yeah. So talking about Kenya, my life in Kenya, I was born and raised in Eldoret. My school, primary school in Eldoret, and then went to Nyahururu for my high school. And then finally Nairobi, went to Kenya Polytechnic, did IT, some diploma in IT. So
Okay.
2007, we were affected by the elections violence. And then we were forced to get out of Eldoret. And now my parents moved to Juja, Juja Farm in Juja. So that's where we are.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. I want us to jump right into trading, but when did you start trading? How did you fight trading? Did you start trading as soon as you got here, or is this something you found along the way?
Yes, so I'll just talk about my education. When I came here to the United States, so I went back to do a degree in IT, and I got my degree in IT. So immediately I got my degree when I thought I was ready to look for a job. That's when this trading came to me. So it's something that I was introduced by a friend, and he didn't really know that much. In fact, it just took him like 10 minutes to introduce to me about this, because this is some kind of different kinds of trading called options. So
Okay.
even him, he was just introduced by somebody else and introduced to me. And that's 11 years ago. And I've never looked back. And that's what I've been
Awesome.
doing. Yeah.
All right, that's good. And that's why we are here tonight. You're going to
Yes.
tell us what this trading is all about. What is option? What are all those moving things behind you? Yeah, I see a lot of moving stuff behind you.
Yes.
Yeah, and then tell us how people can benefit by trading. We know a lot of people, especially here in America, makes money trading. Some of us are familiar with trading other assets, but let's
Yes.
talk about the one that you trade, which is option, I guess, and futures. So dive right into it, introduce it, tell us how it works. Do we need to be
Yeah.
millionaires to trade? What can somebody do to be a trader, either full-time or part-time?
Okay, Liz. So trading is a journey. Trading is a journey. It's not an overnight thing, and it takes time. It takes a lot of time. As for me, I've said it's taken now 11 years doing it, like, studying it. At least I use about 5 hours per day just studying, even right now, because
Wow.
trading is a journey and you never stop learning. You never stop learning.
Mhm.
So talking about how I started, after the guy introduced it to me, and I thought that was it. And then we were a group of people and we were just sharing ideas of trading,
Okay.
because we will just share, like today Netflix is going up, this one is going up, but we didn't know anything behind it. We didn't know what to look at. We had no idea. So we'll just get on it, either make money or lose money, and then tomorrow we do the same thing.
Okay.
So yeah, I would lose money here and there. And then so that was options. We were trading options, and I'll come again and explain what options are and all that. Right now, I'm just trying to explain why I never gave up. All this time, I never gave up. Yeah,
Okay.
so in the process of, doing all that, there's a time one of our friends called us and say, oh, today's Netflix is going up.
Mhm.
So we bought Netflix, and then for some reason I had to switch off my phone. I had to an interview,
Mhm.
and it was abrupt, like switch off your phones. So I could not even monitor the trade, and I had put $500 on it. So I switched off the phone, and then 2 hours later, I have to switch on my phone. And guess how much I found?
Yeah.
I found $8,000. I had made
Wait,
all
from
that money.
from
Yes,
$500?
from $500 to $8,000.
That is crazy. That's
Yes,
just crazy.
yes. But that was kind of, right now I can say it's kind of like a guesswork, because I didn't
Yeah.
have any
You didn't
base
know.
on why I
Okay.
took that trade.
Okay, you just got lucky.
Yes, I just got lucky. So
Okay.
the next day and the next week, I did the same thing, the same thing, the same thing. And the 8,000 went back to zero,
Oh boy.
because
Oh
yeah,
no.
because we were just kind of like guessing and all that. But
Yeah.
that put something in me. It put something in me that there is something that if you can learn something, then you can move 500 to 8,000.
Yes.
And now the journey of learning began that time.
Let's go back. When you lost, when you had 500 and you got 5,000, and
8,000.
and you got 8,000, did you
Yes.
go back to see why again you lost the 8,000? Did you go back to see what you did wrong, or that's when you decided, okay, I need to educate myself how these things work?
I did not, because remember that time I don't even know how to look for, I didn't even know how to go to charts,
Okay.
how to look at anything. I didn't
Okay.
know. Mine
Okay,
was just somebody calling me and telling me buy Netflix.
not back testing.
So the next day they were like, buy this, buy that, buy that.
Okay.
And that's
Okay.
how it went. It didn't go to zero one time. It was like every day you're losing, every day you're losing. So in
Yeah.
about 2-3 weeks, you don't have
Yeah.
anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you decide to educate yourself.
So I decided to educate myself, and it's been 11 years. So for this 11 years, I was still working. So number one, I didn't look for an IT job. I tried to look for an IT job, but you know how it works when you're just from college and they want all this experience and all that.
Experience. Yeah.
And they were, they were offering me so little money because I didn't have experience. And so somebody gave me an idea, like just look for any kind of job, even if it's a warehouse job. And then after you work 1 or 2 years, you can go and say, I have these skills, I have this knowledge in IT. And then maybe you can transition that way.
Yeah.
So which never worked, because all this time, I started doing my options trading. So I would lose and gain, I would lose and gain, lose and gain for all these years. But that's where the journey began, because now I would start chatting and learn a lot of analysis. There are two kinds of analysis. I'm basically a technical analyst, a kind of a trader.
Okay.
So just one thing to maybe make it clear for people, I'm not an investor. An investor is somebody who invests.
Yeah.
So they will buy stocks and all that, and they will keep them for 6 months, for 1 year, for 5 years. So I am a trader, meaning I buy and sell. I buy and sell. So I'm what is called a day trader. So a day trader will get in and out within minutes or hours, and sometimes very few. Day trader, I'm 90% day trader, and then 10% what we call swing trader, meaning I can sleep with the trades that I have.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. So let's get into options. What are options? What are options? And we are trading options. What are options? So options are, so in options, we trade stocks. That is one thing. In options, we trade stocks.
Yeah.
So all the stocks that are on the New York Stock Exchange, on the New York Stock Exchange, you have about over 7,000 stocks. And about more than half of those, they are options tradable. Meaning you can buy Netflix, Meta, Apple, Talkoff, all the stocks that you know.
Yeah.
You can buy them as stocks, or you can buy them as options. Yeah. So the difference between...
what's the difference? Oh, I was going to ask you that, the difference between stocks and options.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So the difference between stocks and options is when you're buying stock, like a stock, for example, buying Netflix as a stock, you own Netflix, you become a shareholder of Netflix. And as long as you don't sell it, you're still a shareholder. You can stay with it for 5, 10 years or 20 years and all that. So if it goes up, you're making money. If it goes down, you're losing money. But as long as you're holding it, so long as the company doesn't go down, you're a shareholder. And yeah, so that's when you're buying it as a stock. But when you're buying it as an option, you buy it as a contract. So options are contracts that are bought on stocks, and they have, number one, they have an expiration date. So if I buy options for Netflix, I have to choose an expiration date that I can stay on those contracts. So that depends on when you think you want to stay on the trade. So we have weeklies. Expirations means they expire every week. We have monthlies, they expire every month. And we have even others that you can buy as long as 6 months or 1 year.
Is the price the same for all of them? Weekly, monthly, yearly?
No, the price is not the same. It's not the same. So the more you're buying it out, that's what we call time. The more we're buying time out, the more expensive they are.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So daily contracts are cheaper than weekly contracts.
So the only daily contracts that we have is for the indices, like for the SPX, QQQ, and SPY. But most of the stocks, they have weekly contracts. So every Friday, we have an expiration date, every Friday. And then they will go like that every month. So the farther away you're going, the more safe you become, but the more expensive they are. Yeah,
so you say the farther away you go.
Yes.
So that would be like what we call now swing trading, when you're buying like weekly, monthly. Is that
yes,
now
because,
a swing trader?
Yes, because think of it this way. For example, you believe, or you've done your analysis and you believe Apple will go up. So for you, you bought 3 months out. That means you have 3 months to be right. Even if Apple will go down tomorrow or 2-3 days, you still have 3 months to be right. But
can
for
you
me,
close in between? Like, let's say
yes.
I buy a contract that adds in 30 days. And
Yes.
then it goes up according to my project. Of course, it can go down too, but let's just say it goes up according to my projection. And then I realized, well, it went up. I've made the type of money that I had said to make. Can I close it before the contract expires?
Yes, yes, you can.
Okay.
You can.
Okay.
And that's what they say in options. You're not obligated to stay on the contract. So
Okay.
you can get out of the contract. You can even get, and that's what we do, like 10 minutes we get in and out.
Okay.
So you can buy, like for us, we do weeklies, every Friday's expirations.
Okay.
But as soon as they go up or down, we get out.
Okay.
Yeah, so another thing that I wanted to talk about options is you can make money either way, whether the stocks are going up or down.
Mm-hmm.
So we have two types of options contracts. So we have calls and then we have puts. So we buy calls when we believe the stock is going up, but if you've done your analysis and you know it's going down, you buy puts.
Yeah.
So you can
They
make
call
money
puts?
either way.
PUTS?
Yes, PUTS.
Okay.
Then calls is CALLS.
Okay.
Yeah.
So calls to buy, puts to sell.
Not really like that.
Mm-hmm.
We buy, you can buy calls, you can also buy puts.
Oh, you can?
Yes. So
Okay.
when you believe the stock is going up, you buy calls. And then when you
Yes.
make your money, you sell to get out. Put you buy when you believe the stock is going down.
Going down. Okay, got you.
Yes, yes. So that's options. And then another thing, options, they have, as I say, they have time. So if by the end of your time, you get out of those options, you either can get out before, but at the end of that time, you get out of those options.
Okay.
So with options, they are very cheap compared to buying stocks. And that's why the difference comes in. So for you, if you use like $10,000 to buy Netflix as a stock, for me, I can use like $500 to buy Netflix as an option, and we'll both make the same amount of money if Netflix go up the same rate. So that's why many people nowadays went back to options rather than stocks, because anybody who has $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, they can afford to buy those expensive companies that are nice and stable and good.
So what I'm trying to figure out how to put it. You said if I have 10,000 and buy stocks, just the regular stocks.
Yes.
And I buy 10,000 worth of stocks, and you have 5,000, and you buy that stock in the form of option, we could end up making the same amount of money. You spend less, I spend more.
Yes.
But
yes.
Flipping the coin, there has to also be a disadvantage, just so that we are all well informed.
Yes.
Given that I don't know how they move, but I'm assuming they move quickly, like really fast, versus when I'm buying just a regular stock. Or is the move the same?
Yeah, so the move will be the same. The move will be the same, but it depends. There's something else in trading, especially options trading, called volatility. So the volatility.
That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Volatility. That's the word.
Yes. Yeah, volatility. So it will depending on the volatility. That's how the trades can either bring so much money at once, or or just lose money. But on the other side,
flip side, you can also lose. You lose more money? If I'm in a trade with 10,000 of a particular stock, and you're in a trade for 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 of the same stock, let's say the stock is going down, because as a trader, it can go up, it can go down. Okay.
Yes.
So if it's going down, me, the 10,000 stockholder, I'm still losing money, yes, because I can see the stock is going down. But am I losing money at the same rate you are losing on the same stock if you're trading option, or is that volatility different?
Yes, so it will not be the same. It will all depend with the volatility, number one. Number two, it will depend on the expiration date that you chose. If you choose a very close expiration date,
Yes.
Options have something that's called decay. So decay is whereby they lose value with time.
Okay.
So the more they're getting closer to expiration date, the more they're losing value faster. But somebody else who has options, but they choose like 6 months out and all that, their rate of decay will be slow. So they all, but I know you're trying to ask, the good thing of buying stock as a stock is, for example, when coronavirus hit, you know, everything went down, you know, everything went down.
Yeah.
So for the people who had stocks, although they went down, the companies which were good and stable, and you know those companies, I'm talking about Meta, Apple, Netflix, and so many other companies. Yes, so many people lost almost half of their money. But so long as they didn't sell it, so long as you did hold your stocks, when the economy came back out, they got their money back and even more right now. But now if you had options that were expiring, like in 2 weeks or in 3 weeks, then you lose money.
Okay, I think you explained it. That's what I was trying to get. So you are saying if you have a regular stock, as long as you don't sell it,
yes,
and the company is still a strong company, even if your stock goes down all the way tanking like they tanked during COVID or even during some other events, if you hold on, those stocks eventually go up. So you can lose $1,000 and you can still gain 1,000 plus more. Whereas if you are selling options, you have a deadline, or I guess because you have a contract that has maybe weekly or monthly deadline. So during COVID, if you got caught up in that, then if your expiration date happened, then you lost money. You didn't have the time to hold on to it. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But on the other side, when the stock is going up, the person doing option is making more money than the person just holding on to a few number of stocks.
Yes, and now another thing is to buy stocks is a bit expensive, because if one share of like Netflix costs like $400-$500, how much money do you need for you to really have, to be profitable and all that? So most people who make money just buying stocks, most of them have like $50,000 and above for you to make some good money. So that's why in options, it's good for people who have 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, because they can invest and make, not invest really, but really trade. What we do, me, and I'll talk about me and my company and all that, we day trade. So day trading means we don't sleep with the stocks in the market. We don't. We get in, we get out, we sleep with money in the bank. So that's how we challenge that time factor. The only things that we sleep on the market is very few, 10% of our trades sleep on the market. But for the rest of them, we day trade, get in and out, sleep with your money in your account.
So what's the difference between a day trade and a scalper? Because scalper is also like a quick trade where you go in and you're out.
Yes, so scalpers really get in and out like in minutes, some others even in seconds. And to be a scalper, you need to have your own trading strategy that's a bit, I know some scalpers and they're good in what they're doing, but for us, we are day traders. So meaning when we enter a trade, it will either be like, it can go even 5 minutes, 10, 15, 1 hour, 3 hours, but at least for the day.
Okay. And of course, a scalper doesn't hold a trade for 3, 4, 5 hours. That's what
they don't. In fact, it's a good scalper with just minutes, others even seconds. They'll just get in and out, in a blink of an eye, they're out.
Okay, got you. All right, so that is clear. So now you understand you can sell and buy options, or rather, I don't want to call it buy and sell, but you can buy when the market is going up with the calls, and you can buy when it's going down, and you call it puts.
Yes, and Liz, you're not wrong. There's also another strategy whereby you sell options. And I think you've had people saying shorting, that they short a stock or something like that. So there is also
shorting the
that
market.
strategy. Yeah,
Okay.
there is just strategy of shorting or selling options,
Mhm.
but we don't do that because it has a big loss. I don't like the loss that it has,
Okay.
loss potential. I
It's
don't
higher.
like it. Yeah.
Okay.
So for us, we only buy and then we sell to exit. But
Okay.
for them, they buy to enter trade. And then they sell to enter trade.
Yeah.
And then they will buy to exit.
Okay. Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. All right. I
Mhm.
think you explained that very, very clear. Now, I'm thinking, you mentioning all these stocks, Facebook, Meta, which is Meta, X, Netflix, whatever companies out there. I have a full-time job. How in the world do I know who is going up, who is going down, what is happening in the market? Like, do I need Bloomberg in my pocket all the time?
So Liz, that's where I come in. That's where I come in.
Okay.
So having done this for 11 years, and I think if you can look behind me, I have about 11 computers behind me.
Yes, I see all those monitors. My
11
goodness.
monitors. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because that's now my full-time job. My full-time job is to give trades and to give alerts.
You have your little Wall Street in your own house.
Yes, it's only that. I don't know if you guys can see all that.
Yes,
And
we can
others
see.
are, others are,
Yeah,
back
absolutely.
there.
That shows how
Yes.
serious you are. You've invested
I'm
money.
very serious in this and I'm very passionate. I'm very passionate in this, what I do.
Okay.
This is my office, trading investments, and this is where I do all my trading from and the scanners that I give alerts from. So I have some big computers. These are 32-inch monitors. Some are 34 inches. And if you're serious, if you have a group of people, I have a Discord community and I need all these machines to have everything in order. So as you can see, all these are the scanners that I use. Yeah. So the laptop, I mainly use it to do the trades, to execute the trades. But for the monitors, for the big computers, I use them to take the alerts. There we go. All these are computers and monitors. The laptops, I use them for trading, executing trades. There you go. Yeah, so this is my office and I like to put my office neat and clean. It motivates me. I like putting lighting on it. So something there to remind me of where I come from. So that's behind me. That's a television, that's a TV. And on the TV, all that runs there is news about stocks and trading. So that's CNBC News. And then on the wall, we have those motivational things. Like that one says, losers fail, winners fail until they succeed. So that's to remind me of the journey that I've come from. Long journey, it's a long journey. So that's it. That's it. That's everything. Yeah, so as I said, I've been doing this. So for the like 7 years, I was working and still doing this like part-time. But
Okay.
4 years ago, I decided to do this full-time.
Okay.
So I do this full-time, and then that's where I opened my company. My company is called Trading Investments.
Okay.
And we have a community. We trade with a community.
Okay.
So I have a community that is on my company, and we trade together with them. So I have a group that's on a Discord. I don't know if you've heard about Discord.
Yes.
So
yes.
yeah, so I have a community on Discord, and then I have people there who are traders, and my work is just to tell them about how the market is doing and all that. And then when the market opens, I will give them trades.
Okay.
What I did like that some years ago.
Mhm.
I've been introducing this to so many people, but people will just come, lose money, and then give up. Lose money, give up.
Let's talk about that. I want us to take a
Yes.
few minutes and talk about that. I happen to know something about trading because I do
Yes.
trade. I don't trade options, so that's why even me, I'm new to this, but I have an idea because trading is trading.
Yes.
If you want to be a trader, you have to first know that there is investment. Well, I don't know to call it investment, but it's pretty much you have to put yourself to school. And by school, I mean learning from somebody like you or other people that teach people how to trade, or having somebody like you who know what they are doing so you can tell them what's happening in the market. But I want you to talk about, I've seen when people start trading with an attitude of, I'm going to be rich overnight.
Yes.
And that to some degree, I don't blame them, because there's also a lot of hype and a lot of stuff out there on YouTube, on Instagram, people showing how much millions of dollars or thousands of dollars they are making trading. And they give people an impression that if I start trading today, I can be rich by next week, by next month. And they also give people an impression like you don't lose in trading. And you and I know that it's not true. You do lose money in trading.
True. It's not.
It does not matter whether you are the best trader in Wall Street. You will still have days when you lose a trade, no matter how good you are at analyzing your chart. So what matters is your percentage. What are you losing versus what you're making, what you're keeping. So talk about that so that whoever decide that they're gonna get serious to make money trading, they also understand you have to be prepared mentally that you can't just come and be rich overnight. You need to invest time and money, understanding how this whole thing works.
Yes. Yeah. So this is not a get rich quick scheme or something like that. Number one. Number two, trading takes time. Trading takes a lot of time. And for the people like in my group right now, it's not really hard for them because I'm doing all this. I'll talk about a scanner that I have that is giving them trades and all that. So at least for them, that has really shortened their time. For people like me, we had to start from scratch, and we didn't even have who to ask. Like we really did a lot. We really lost money in the market, and we've lost a lot of time studying. And so many times I wanted to give up, but I thank God that I never gave up. So number one, I tell people trading is like any other career. If you are a nurse, if you're a doctor, how long did it take you? How long? For you to give somebody an injection, how long did that take you? But you want to come, and when you lose one trade, you start saying it doesn't work. This thing doesn't work. What time did you wake up in the morning? Did you check the news? Did you know what's going on? For me, every day, 4 a.m., I don't really wake up, but I will check my phone. And when others are checking Facebook and all that, which is okay, I also do that. But I will go to investing.com, CNBC, look what happened yesterday. By the time the market closed to now, what happened? Which companies had earnings? What do we expect in the morning? What is SPX doing? So SPX is an index that comprises over 500 company, S&P 500. You want to look all that, you want to see all that. So by the time the market opens, you know what to expect. So that's number one. Number two, emotions. You also need to control your emotions. You don't start.
Don't have a finger on the phone ready to call 911 if you lose money.
So if you start losing $100 and you start, like jumping up and down and all that, and then you start revenge trading and all that, that's how you keep on losing money. Number two, don't come trading with the money that you're supposed to pay rent. That's your rent money. Don't try to put it on the market.
Say that again.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Number three, in trading, we don't have faith. I'm also a believer and all that, but faith doesn't work here.
I can't pay up my trade so that
You don't pray, we don't do that here. We don't.
$50,000.
No. You say that what are you seeing? What are you seeing? Control your losses, risk management. That's number one. Before I teach you anything, I teach you how to control your risk. Before I let you start trading, I have to teach you how to control your risk. I allow you to lose up to 20% of your money that you put on a trade. So you have to learn all this. You have to learn all this. So as much as I'll tell you Netflix is going up, you can enter the trade. Number one, what's your exit strategy?
Okay.
What's your exit strategy? Same thing as if you're traveling and you find yourself on the wrong way, do you just keep on going and going?
No.
You exit and then figure out where you are, and then try to see what next. Same thing with trading.
Yeah. Awesome. One thing that you mentioned, and I meant to ask you to clarify. You said your company, you have a group that you trade with.
Yes.
Can you clarify to us that this is just a group of traders that work with you? This is not like a multi-level marketing company you're trying to introduce us to?
Yes.
Who is the group? Let's clear the air here.
Yes. So this is not, so Traden is me. Traden Invest is me. It's just me. When you're paying me. Okay. And you're not paying anybody to, and we're not saying that multi-level marketings are bad, but this is not anything like that.
Okay.
So talking about Traden. Traden is the company that I formed 4 or 5 years ago. And as I was talking about, I introduced so many people to this thing, but people kept on giving up and all that. But there is one guy that stood by me, tried to, work with me, trying to look for what we need to look for, looking for strategies and all that. And he was also good in IT. He was a programmer. He worked in the corporate world for over 20 years. He's a really smart guy. So he joined me. I had the company on, but I was still trying to streamline my strategies. So that's when we came up with trying to build a scanner, a real-time scanner. And we did that with him. We'll bring up ideas. And this scanner, it has taken us years, maybe 4 or 5 years, for it to be where it is right now. Okay. So this scanner, we programmed it, and it's real-time. So this scanner runs in the Discord, and it's bringing trades in real-time basis. So we've programmed it, for example, give me a trade that has 2 million people trading on it. Give me a trade that has this and that type of technical analysis. In the scanner, we look for about more than 10 technical analyses that we have seen that work. Something like VWAP. We look at VWAP. We look at Bollinger Bands. We look at volume and volume. We look at relative volume. We look at the total volume. We look at volume per contract. We look at a lot of things. We look at the standard deviation. So this scanner will look at all those things, and within a minute, it will give us those trades. So the people in the Discord community, they will take the trades. Yes.
Question for you.
Yeah.
I know you said you feed different things in the scanner. It's not looking for just 1 or 2 things. It's looking for different things.
Yes.
But I heard you talk about volume. I heard you talk about Bollinger Bands and all that. These indicators, are they not lagging, following price action of the market? By the time the scanner pick it up, how does the scanner pick it up on time without it lagging or the indicator lagging?
It's not lagging. Some indicators, let's say something like VWAP. If a trade is, let's say it moved up pre-market, it's already trading over VWAP. So if I'm asking the scanner, I need a trade that's trading above 1% above VWAP. That trade already qualifies that. Most of the technical indicators will qualify. The only thing that will is volume, because volume is real time. Volume is real time. And So it's not if it's lagging maybe a minute or so.
Okay.
But yeah, it will
Okay.
bring the trades. It will bring the trades.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Got it. Do you want to show us the scanner? You want to share your screen and show us? Maybe you can show us what you have on Discord, whatever you can show.
So this is the scanner, and this is how the scanner looks like. So in the scanner, you can see the left side of it. The left side of it is what we call the bullish trades. So the bullish trades are actually calls. Those are trades that go up.
Okay.
So the scanner is sorted according to how good or how volatile the trades are. So the first row will be sorted according to volatility. And then the second row, the third row, just depending on how it's pulling back. Those are we've put colors, but we know what we're looking at. You know, some of those things is only us who know. So you want to see green. You want to see all the colors green. And then at the end, when you see blue, meaning that trade is making a new high, it's running at the moment, so you can enter. So all the first, second, third row, it has to be green, and then a blue on the side. You can enter that trade immediately, and then just use your...
So blue is the indicator. Blue is the indicator for you to enter.
So you have to look at all of them. So the first row should be green, 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 and then blue. Okay. So if you see any red there or any white, don't enter that trade.
Okay, got you.
And then on the right side, those are the bearish trades. So bearish trades are puts. So those are companies that are going down. Remember, you can make money when the company is going down.
Yeah.
So we're looking for the same green, 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 and then blue. You enter the trade. Okay.
But this time is puts.
So this time is puts, but you'll still buy puts. So when the company is still going down, you'll make money if you bought puts. And then here in the middle, we have the SPX scanner. So the SPX scanner, it has both calls and puts, and they will interchange. Whatever is working right now will go up. So if we have calls running, it will go up, and all the colors will change to blue. So if nothing is moving, if there's no volatility, the colors are either red or white. But as soon as we're supposed to go up or down, it will be green. So you want either calls to be green or either puts to be green, and you will enter the trade. So when you join my community, I teach you all that, how to use this and all that. And this Discord, this scanner runs from 9:30 to 4 p.m. until the market closes.
Oh yeah, I was going to ask you that. Is this 24/7 or is just follows the regular trading market, like New York stock?
Yeah, so it's the New York stock market, 9:30 to 4 p.m. and that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you ring the bell.
Ring the bell, get in and get out.
The next morning, you say the scanner start at it's up and running at 9:30.
Yes, talking about Discord. Discord is a community of Traden. Traden is me, and I have my partner who we've done all this together, and he's equally done the same thing as me. We have the same experience and all that, because for him, I think he's 7 years, for me it's 11 years, but we've done all this with him. So for you to join Discord community, you pay $50 per month. It's a monthly subscription. So pay $50 per month, you join the Discord community, you'll find over 100 people over there trading. Every time I get in live, the first one out of the market, I'm there live, and I will get there before the market opens, and I'll tell them what to expect, what I think, what I see. And then once the market open, I will either type the trades for them, or they can get the trades themselves from the scanner. So I've trained them and they know what to do.
Question for you. What percentage would you say the scanner, whatever, I don't know what's the term, the trades that are called
Yes.
by the scanner, what's the percentage of profits and losses, would you say?
Okay, so Liz, before we brought this thing out and advertised it, we did something that's called back testing. And if you've done trading, you know what I'm talking about. So back testing, for the people who doesn't know, is whereby you go back to other days. You can go back to last week, last month, and you can run the day as it ran, as it was that day.
Yeah.
So we took our scanner and looked at the trades that it brought and the time that it brought. And we traded all those days for 6 months. You can do that manually. You can do that. We have those back testing machines. We did all that, and our system got 80% win rate.
Oh, wow.
80%, yeah.
That's a very good rate.
Yes.
That's a very good rate.
Yes.
So you call the trades also as you see them, and the scanner does it too, or you just let the scanner do it? You just say what you see happening in the market.
So I've been calling the trades, but sometimes people will already enter the trades even before I call them.
Okay.
Because what happens is they will come on the scanner. Yeah. But for me, I have to quickly put it on my so you can see my screens up there. Yeah. So I have to look it quickly at different time frames just to make sure that it's pushing at we have to look at the time frames and all that.
So sometimes what time frame do you trade from when you execute a trade? Are you doing hour, daily, 30 minutes?
So I will use 1 hour. So I use 4 hours, 1 hour, and then 5 minutes and 15. So the 5 minutes is for entry. Okay. But I also have to make sure the other hour time frame are okay. Okay. But the scanner will give me a trade. We've programmed it so that it will give me a trade that is higher than where it was yesterday. So it will only bring a trade if Apple is 200 today and yesterday it was 190, it will bring it.
Okay, so it's not going to bring it if it's gone down, even for the puts?
No, for the puts, it will look at if it's lower than what it was yesterday. It will bring it. Yeah. Okay, got you. So that's kind of, we've programmed it with a lot of things that it's looking at.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
For somebody, because I know I used to say the same too when it comes to stock. I'm like, why can't I just buy company XYZ stocks by itself? And then I remember somebody saying to me, because it's better off if you're trading, like, let's say US 30 or S&P 500, because it's 500 companies. So if one out of the 500 is going down, you still have 400 plus that are very strong that will keep that going, versus if I'm trading, let's say Coca-Cola, and Coca-Cola stocks go down, then explain that whole thing, because I know I used to think like that. Like, why can't I just pick one company? I can just trade their stocks and be done with it. Why should I be bothered with like S&P 500, the Dow Jones, all these other companies that are put together as one?
So for us, what we do, we don't really look at a specific company. We don't get married to stocks. Yeah. We trade what is moving right then. So if S&P 500 is moving, because sometimes it doesn't move, sometimes it's just not moving. So whatever stocks is moving, that's where we will get in. So we'll just get in, and it's just like a moving car.
So you do individual stocks that, like you were saying, Netflix and Coca-Cola or whoever.
Yes. Exxon. Yes. Okay. So we do those, and sometimes we do S&P 500. But as I say, we are day traders. So like S&P 500, for example, the first 2 hours of the market, it might not move at all. But something else is moving. Like today, we had our scanner gave us CELH. That company, it gave us, and then it gave us the banks. So today the banks were moving. JP Morgan, Bank of America, Wells Fargo. My scanner brought those, and they made over 300-400% in profits.
Oh wow!
The scanner brought them.
But the banks, individual banks, traded as individual, like Bank of America. Okay. All right.
Yes, and most of them, when they're moving like all at once. but they have their own indices for the banks. So you
Okay.
can decide to trade that, but when the banks are moving, they will move all of them at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah. So sometimes the Chinese stocks, like I think last week there's a day they moved. So that's I'm talking about Futu PDD, Futu PDD, Baidu. They will move all of them at the same time. So we don't, whatever is moving is where
But
we're getting in.
but if they're news, like for example, let's say Bank of America or JP Morgan, maybe their CEO steps down or there's some scandal, then that affects just that one particular bank. It's not gonna move like the others, yeah? It gets a little shaky.
Yes, sometimes that, and sometimes it will affect all of them. So
Oh, it can
yeah.
affect all of them if there's some drama with one bank.
Yes, sometimes it can affect all of them. It can affect
When
all
they
of
are
them.
on their indices, that's what you mean. Okay.
So it depends
But
with the news. It depends with what kind of news it is. So it depends with what kind of news it is. Some news will affect everything, all the banks and all that, but some news will just affect the bank individually.
Okay, all right. What about when talking about news, what about news from other countries? Like you are trading these, let's say, for example, US-based companies. There's a company like Exxon, but things could happen in Japan that can also affect Exxon.
So remember,
do news from other countries,
do they affect? Is that your question?
Yeah, like let's say there's bad news, like there are earthquakes, there's some like whatever is happening over there in Israel. Does it affect those news, the negative news? Do they affect what you guys are doing with companies that are US-based companies when you're trading US-based companies? Stocks.
Yes,
I say
it
that
does.
because a company like Exxon, like Exxon is based here, but with a lot of interest abroad.
Yes, news, like you remember when we had the Ukraine war really affected the stock market. It did. But remember, we are options traders and we trade both calls and puts. So for us, we want movement. We don't care whether it's going up or down. We just want movement.
Negative or positive?
Negative or positive, we are okay. Like the time coronavirus, some people made millions of money, not me, but if you are on puts, if you are on puts at that point, you made your money. So for us, we don't really care what news it is just to position yourself where you need to position yourself at that time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So know what direction you're going.
Yes, direction. So we just want movement. What kills us is when the stock is not moving and is just constant there.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about I want you to talk about of course, like with any other trading, when somebody start, of course, you teach them to start with a demo account so that they can practice on a demo, not their real money or paper money.
Yes. So I'll talk about training. So basically, we don't let me say, we don't really offer that much training. We don't. We only offer one training, which is a beginner's training. And the reason why we're offering that is because options trading is a bit complicated and you need some time. You need some education behind it, and then you need some time to practice and even to understand it. And most of those platforms are kind of a bit complicated. So that's why for people to join my Discord, they need to know how to trade. So I used to get people who want to join my Discord, but they don't know how to trade. And that's why I started offering one class. So I just offer only one class, the beginner class, Introductions to Trading. We'll do the introduction class. I'll teach you, we'll open the brokerages accounts, and I'll teach you how to trade and all that. And then for the next 2-3 weeks, I'll put you on paper trade. So paper trade is whereby you're not using your real money, you're paper trading, using fake money. For 2 to 3 weeks, I'll show you how to use the scanner, how to use the Discord and all that. So after
Okay.
that, you'll be okay to be in the group.
To get-
But I
to
don't
get the
I don't
tip of the
teach
scanner.
technical analysis. I don't teach all that because
Okay.
I think it's a lot. I concentrate on giving trades and giving alerts.
Okay. Okay, got
Mhm.
you. So when they pay their $50 subscriptions, so monthly subscription, that's when they get this class, or
No, this
who gets
class
the
is
class?
different. This class
Okay.
is okay. So for example, Liz, if you know how to trade, you know how to trade options and you want to join me, you only pay $50 and join my Discord.
Mhm.
But if you are zero, you don't know anything, you don't know anything.
Mhm.
That training that I'm talking about is $300. It's a 3-hour
Okay.
class. It costs $300.
Mhm.
After the class, you'll be
One time.
okay. One time. So after that, you'll be able to join Discord and then start paper trading. Within those 2-3 weeks, I call in Zoom meeting
Mhm.
just to make sure you're doing everything correct. Yeah, so the $50 is only for the Discord group. So Liz, if you come to me and you say you know how to trade options and you just want to join for the alerts and the scanner,
Mhm.
you pay $50 and then you go from there. So that's a monthly subscription. But if you don't know how to trade, you're zero knowledge,
Mhm.
you pay $300 for the class.
Okay.
So this is a one-time class, it's a 3 hours class. And I'll teach you everything, introductions to options, and then we'll open those brokerages accounts, and then I'll teach you how to trade from there.
Okay.
And then after that, you'll be trading with paper money for 2 to 3 weeks.
Mhm.
And every week I call you back on Zoom, the people who have, I call them, the new people, and I just make sure that they're doing the correct thing. So
Okay.
once they're comfortable, then they can start using their real money.
Okay. All right. So, and you think they can do that in a period of 2 to 3 weeks? At least let's just say 1
Let's
month.
say three, let's say
of,
3 weeks. Yeah, you can say 1
3
month.
weeks.
Yes,
3
I
weeks to
encourage
1
people
month.
to take their time as much as they can
Okay.
until they're comfortable.
Okay. All right. Awesome. So we want to make sure we are clear on that the $50 subscription is just access to the Discord group, which is where the
Yes.
scanner that is calling all these trade is from 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And then the
Yeah.
$300 is for somebody who is brand new, have no idea what options are, doesn't know how to trade. Then you give them is it 4 hours? 4 hours class? Is it 3
It's a
hours or 4
three
hours?
hours class. It's a 3 hours class, and then there is
Okay.
kind of like a follow-up just to make sure
Okay.
that they're doing the correct thing. Yes.
Okay. So it's an introduction class, 3 hours class, definitely worth $300 for you to learn, at least get the basics covered.
Yes.
And also following up with them. And then do they have to pay the $50 for Discord? So they will pay $350 up front, or is $300 then $50 resume the following month?
It's
What do they need to pay?
350. It's 350. So 300 is for the training and then 50 for the
Okay.
Discord. So
Okay,
yeah,
got
basically it's 350 for you to start.
Okay, and for those of you that are familiar with options, you don't need to be told what is options, how does this move, how does this work, then they can go straight to the
Yeah.
$50 a month. They only pay
Yes, you
50.
just go straight to Discord.
Just make sure you're not coming here again to ask Phyllis.
Yeah, because sometimes I get those
Yeah.
kind of, you know how people are sometimes. They're
Yeah.
like, yeah, I know everything. I just need to join Discord. And then
Please don't
they
look
start,
for
how do
shortcut.
you do this? How do you do this? How do you set? I don't do that. If you know how to trade, you
Okay.
know how to trade.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So if you want to join, don't take shortcut and say, I'm going to pay the $50. And once I'm in, I'm going to start asking questions. Because if you start asking questions, she'll send you the link to go pay the $300. Right?
Yes.
And you can be upset. So the $50 upfront is only for people who know how to trade. And then they just pay for the subscription. I think you made it very, very clear.
Yes.
All right, so let's move on if there's any other information as far as options trading. Can can people join your Discord from anywhere in the world? Let's say most of our viewers are diaspora, but we also have people from Kenya.
Yes, so people from Kenya can also join my Discord, but unless if you know how to trade options. So in Kenya, they use a different brokerage called Interactive Brokers, IBKR. So that's an international broker, because here in the US, the brokers that we use, they don't allow you to use if you are out of the US. So from all over the world, you can use Interactive Brokers. If you know how to trade options, that's fine. Otherwise, for now, I'm just training the people in the US, or if your company allows you to use either Charles Schwab, Thinkorswim, TD Ameritrade, and all those, that's fine. You can join us. But for the people in Kenya, I will get back to you very soon. Very soon, I'll be offering these services there with the new Interactive Brokers and all that. But for right now, I don't have, it's like too much, trainings that I'm doing right now. So I'll hold on off for Kenyans for now, but I promise you I'll get to you. So another thing, Liz, is about futures. So we were not doing futures, we were just doing options. But futures, the people who are trading futures, if you're trading ES or NQ, the movement is the same as SPX. So if you are doing futures, my scanner is also for you. So just get in touch with me. Right now we are using the SPX scanner to trade NQ or ES, but right now we are working on that ES scanner. It will come out in a few weeks, but still you can benefit from us if you join us.
Is the payment the same for future as options?
Yes, but this payment will go up very soon. It will go up very soon.
For future or both?
For both, because
all right, guys.
Yeah, if it's worth it, then why not pay more? If it's working, if it's working for people, why not?
I don't blame you. All right, so futures, they can use the same scanner to get rates.
They can use the same scanner, but futures run almost 24 hours. But the scanner will be running from 6 in the morning to either 4 p.m. or 8 p.m. We'll come out with times that will be running that scanner.
For futures, is it the same thing as in Kenya, or is that different brokerage?
Yes, it's the same. It's the same. So if you are in Kenya and you're trading futures, maybe you're using TradingView, you can trade futures. And the good thing with futures, you can get a funded account.
Yeah.
Yes.
You wanna talk about just in case there's somebody out there who doesn't know what a funded account, we might just throw that. You can get funded account.
Yes, we can do that. We can do that. Yes. So with options, a disadvantage with options, so far we don't yet have a funded accounts. And funded accounts are just companies which come up and they be like, if you can, they give you something like a test. Like if you can make, we're giving you 50,000. If you can be able to make 5,000, we will fund you. We'll fund you and give you money to trade. So once you trade, you share the profit with them. And the profit is really good. So I was not into futures. I started futures 1 or 2 months ago. I'm already a funded client. And, I'm already sharing with them in this good money, because you keep 80% or 90% and then you give them the rest. But you have to be a real trader. You have to. Yes.
Is it that it's easier to learn futures if you've already done options? Because you said you started 2 months ago and you already funded, and I'm sitting here thinking, wow, how do you get funded that quick?
Yes,
did
because
you find that because you know how to trade option is almost the same as futures?
In fact, trading futures is even easier than options. And the thing is, ES is SPX.
Okay.
So I have been doing SPX for my whole life. And now here we have ES on futures. So they move the same, is the same thing. And I have the scanner for it. So I'm just using the scanner to trade it. I'm just using the scanner to trade it. So for me, it was not, in fact, when people are telling me about futures, I was like, I'm not going to introduce myself. I'm good in options and I'm just going to keep it at that. But when I realized that I have a scanner that can help you trade futures, I was like, why not? Why not? So I had to learn, of which trading futures is not hard. It's really easy. But the thing is to pass this, the test that they're giving you. But I used the scanner. It runs the same with SPX, so it wasn't like a big deal.
Okay, all right, got you.
Yeah.
Question before I forget, that crossed my mind. For both, okay, futures, you said you can be funded. For options, a new person joining, they've taken your class, they've been on their demo account or paper money account. A month now they are ready to trade. How much money would somebody need to? I know everybody is different. There's no like a certain amount, but just on average, from your experience, how much should they invest for getting started with their trading accounts?
So the minimum for me, I'd say it should be 2,000. So 2,000 and above, $2,000 and above. Okay. But the more money you have, so long as you have your risk management in place and all that, the better. Because what happened when I'm giving them these trades or when the trades are coming on the scanner, the trade will come for one contract. So it will be like one contract costs $100.
Okay.
So it will be upon you to buy either 1 or 10 or 100. I have people in my group, they always buy 100 contracts.
Okay.
So for you, if you just have $1,000 and you're buying one contract, by the time you're making $30, somebody else has made already 3,000. So the traders move the same, but they had more money on the trade.
Got you. So
yeah, but
about 2,000.
Minimum should be 2,000, but if you have more than that, that's okay. For the new people, even if you have more, don't come using all your money. In fact, for the new people, I just encourage them to use 2,000 or 3,000.
Okay.
And then if that works for you, then you can add money in your account, because I don't want you to start buying 50 contracts and you don't even know how to manage your risk.
So do you advise a new person to just start by buying 1 or 2 contracts?
Yes, in fact, I tell them not more than 5. I tell them not more than 5. I strictly tell them not more than 5.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That sounds good. That sounds good. All right. So that's good. Is there anything else you would like to share as far as this? Anything you would like to show? I feel like you've given us a lot of information. And of course, there'll be more if they pay to join your group. They'll get a whole lot more than what we are discussing tonight. But in closing, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Yeah, so I'd just like to say, trading is a community. We have great traders there. We have even people who share some information that they have. And even if you're a trader and you trade by yourself, join us. We can trade together. It's more fun. Trading is a very boring.
Yeah.
It's a very boring skill. It's just you and your computers. But you can join us. So another question is, people might ask, do I need all these 11, 12, 13 screens? No, you don't. So if you're a new trader, just maybe. So for me, I have
your computer or your phone.
I have 3 different scanners. Can I think we'll show those we'll put those videos and you'll see all that. So I have 3 different scanners. By the way, Liz, I don't just have one scanner. It's 3 different scanners from different programs.
Oh, it's 3.
3 different scanners. Okay. So sometimes I'll give a trade that will come in another scanner. But the one that I've shared is the main scanner. Yeah, so that's why I have all these screens. And then I have, sometimes I watch about 7 or 6 trades, and then I'll watch them in different time frames. And then I'm also watching trades that we can swing. Swing means that we can sleep on them for some days. Yeah.
Okay.
So we have
Awesome.
all that. That's why I need all these computers. On the other side of me, I have my TV, and it runs on CNBC 12 hours a day.
All day.
Yeah, so that,
Okay. Awesome.
Although most of the time we catch these trades even before the news. Technical analysis runs even before the news.
Okay.
Before I know what has happened to a company, I'll see it running up or down very crazily, and then, yeah. So what I can just say, if you're interested in this, educate yourself. It's free information on YouTube. You don't even have to, you don't really have to pay if you don't want to. But paying is good because it shortens your time. I wish I knew who to pay, because by that time, 11 years ago, who was doing options? I didn't know anybody. So I would go to YouTube and, I would see these 10,000, 20,000 packages, and you're not even sure if that's what you want or that's what you need.
Yeah.
So that's why I took all this time. But if you can pay to get the information, the better. So
awesome.
Yeah.
How do they get in touch with you? If they are ready to get started or they have a question, where do they find you?
So I'll put down there the email for the company, Trade and Invest at gmail.com.
Okay.
That's one way. Another way, my name's Phyllis Njuguna. You'll find me on Facebook. Okay. So can send a message, strictly trading, nothing else, strictly trading. Making money. We're just about here making money and all that. So,
all right, so we're going to put, I'm going to put your Facebook link and
yes,
your company email.
Company email, if you have a question and all that. Yes, and then I'll ask the people to bear with me. Sometimes I get a lot of inquiries and all that. So we may take a day or two before we answer your questions, but we will eventually get on you. We'll do that.
Awesome. Yeah. So just be patient, and we're going to put the information, the contacts on how to get in touch with Phyllis. Follow her on Facebook, and then the email at the description box. So that way, if you need to get in touch with her, the information will be pinned there. So that is awesome, yes. Awesome. Is there anything else, Phyllis?
I don't think, Liz. I think that's it. And yeah, this is a skill that you can teach your kids, and it's a skill that even when I go on vacation, I come to Kenya for a month, and I'm still trading,
Yeah.
And then also in future, if you retire, you can still do this. So it's a skill. Learning a skill is good because nobody can take it away from you unless,
absolutely not.
Yeah,
absolutely
so it's
not.
something good.
I agree with you. It's a skill you can use at any time. You can go anywhere with it and still continue to trade, continue to make money. And nobody can fire you from it. Only you can fire yourself. So that is awesome. Yes. Thank you so very much, Phyllis, for your time. I think we have learned a lot tonight, and I'm sure we are going to continue to learn more from you. We'll learn more from you for those people that will decide to join your group and be traders.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Liz, for hosting me, and it's a pleasure. And we'll come back later once we open it up for Kenyans and all that. I think we'll come back and do another video like this.
Awesome. You're always welcome here. Thank you so much. You have a good night.
Okay, you too.
Okay, bye.